Hello. Wait, future me incoming. Um, before this even starts, the audio is so bad, and I don't know why, and it cut out a ton. So half the time, you're just gonna have to, I don't know, go ahead and guess what I'm saying. So sorry about that. This video is very different from what I usually do. Well, not very, but somewhat. I'm talking, and I have sped up Minecraft footage, or me playing Minecraft in the corner. In the top left corner, is me drawing my OCs, 6 of them, or characters, whatever you like to refer to. Um, so I feel like my old videos, they're not boring. They're, they're kind of boring, actually. That I just take the Procreate. I don't even screen record it. I just go into the video of Procreate, and then I export it, and then I put it into like KineMaster, and then speed it up 16 times, put some music that I really like on top of it, and then boom, post it, put a title. I don't even do thumbnails anymore. That's how low I've stooped. Um, so anyway, but yeah, I feel like in the big 25, everyone, not everyone, but most, you know what generations I'm talking about, have very low attention spans. So I feel like I need to like match that energy, because I don't even think I could sit through my own videos. I'm gonna be honest. I would see it. All right, let's get to the product already. Let me see the art. And I feel like I just skip to the end just to see the product, which says a lot about my viewer retention. Honestly, it's not the greatest, because it's probably what people do too. So in order to make my videos better, I need to make more going on, I think. So anyway, let's lock in my content. I post like every 6 months. I'll just get some random motivation when I get home from like school on like a Thursday or something, and I'm like, this is my day. I'm locking in. Like, I'm gonna become a professional YouTuber. Get loads of views. And people will just eat up my art. And I post one video, and then it's the same process. 6 months later, I'm like, same thing. I'm like, why did I not post for a whole 6 months? Like, what was I doing? Yeah, so that's just the same thing. And the reason I have this idea of becoming so big is because I grew up on art YouTubers. That's like all I did. That's like all I watched. I was like obsessed with Maria Elizabeth and Delightful and drawing with waffles. Like, that was all I watched. So I used to see them. I'm like, this is gonna be me someday. So in 2020, I dropped this video of me drawing Pusheen with holding a kiwi, which was like my logo. I had a logo before I had a singular subscriber. I needed to calm down. But anyway, then when I got older, right, reality kind of struck. And I realized you're not automatically blessed by the YouTube algorithm. Um, so in order to get out of that 10 to 15 viewer ratio hole, I'm going for the ultimate stimulation technique here. The oldest trick in the book. All caps titles, double screens, voiceover, music. I need to produce my own music, put it over it. I've always wanted to also do the little animation memes as I tell a story, but I genuinely just don't have any that interesting stories, or at least I don't remember any at the time. Maybe I'll come up with one, like, most embarrassing story! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. I feel like that would get some good clicks. Um, but yeah, so I need to talk about what I'm drawing, because I'm already almost finished. Um, so I'm drawing my 6 characters. On the furthest left is Debug. He's an alien who's like in disguise in the world. And so the world they live in is Earth, but instead of an E, it's a 3. I just made that up. I thought I was super clever a few years ago. And so it has every species. Like, it has humans, so it's like a replica of Earth, but it also carries every species, but they're still not like aliens, so I don't really know. I'm just gonna have him fit into the world, but then I have a really good idea that he's like an alien in disguise sometimes, and so that's why he like isn't green. Anyway, but yeah, he's an alien, and he's like kind of seen. Not really. I just since he came from space, his like adopted sister is the one in the direct middle who's really tall and wearing pink. This is getting so confusing. That's Dusk. And so he came down. It was like kind of like Noodle or like from Gorillas, if you know who that is. And she kind of came on the front step in a box. Right, so Debo landed on the front step of Dusk's door, right? And then they kind of took him in. So that's basically his sister, but not biological. And clearly she's seen, right? I made that when I was in deep into I found scene super duper cool. So they're siblings, I guess. And then to the right of Debug is Isom. He is I was super honestly I didn't expect him to like become one of my favorites. It was like a stupid lazy idea. I was like yeah, I was thought the TVH creature was so funny looking. So I was like, I'm gonna turn him into an or I'm gonna turn it into an OC. And there he is, it's Isom. I asked some random person, what should I name this guy and send a photo, and they're like, Isom. I don't even know what it's from, but that's his name, right? And it's awesome. And then to the right of him is Dusk, which I've kind of explained. She's like a zombie. I haven't figured out why or how, but she is. She's seen, and she's also a drummer for a band. There's so much more to say, but that's it. And then to the right of that, I actually don't have a confirmed name for that one, but I've had the character for quite a long time, and he's based off a dinosaur, basically. Like he has his hair dyed green. He's basically a T-Rex, and originally his name was Rex. But then I thought I was like, it's kind of lame, like Rex. I feel like that's just classic green-haired C name. So I want to change it to like something more obscure. And then to the right of that is Fee, like the golden ratio. So I was like really into snail shells and like spirals. So I was like, oh my gosh, I made a little doodle of a snail, like hair that is basically a snail shell. And then boom, it came the product. Then to the right of that is like my oldest character, Seven, who is just he's just what he looks like. He's just a sad guy, and he plays guitar in a band. So I have two bands. My first band I've done before. I have Weezer fan art of the four members, and then my other band is four girls basically, and they're kind of like rival bands. There's going to be like a Scott Pilgrim singing to life singing battle. That was my idea. So yeah, that's Seven. He's just a total sad guy. So yeah, that's what I'm drawing. And I wanted to really, like, emphasize their differences. Like, I don't have the same face syndrome, but I have a form of it. I think my characters are very similar. So I want to draw them side by side to make them all stand out from each other. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then Minecraft, I've been building a path the whole time that goes through my wheat farm, if you haven't been watching. And I was gonna include me going caving, but it was far too long, and I didn't know what to blabber about for like 15 whole minutes. So yeah, in a few moments here, I see 3 baby zombies, and I was so flabbergasted I had to take a double take, and then I'm fighting them. Yeah, it was struggling a lot louder than I usually would, but it's whatever. So yeah, here comes the finished product of my art. Bada bing, bada boom. Here it is in all of its glory. Yeah, so Debug is more of like the squarish, Isom's very round, then Dusk is rectangular, Rex question mark is triangular, Faye is like a diamond shape, and then Seven is like a semicircle. He's like a bit rounder. So I feel like this helped me with my character design. I want to go into character design or animation, so I just really want to get practice on that. And I love just the dynamic of people's characters standing next to another and just seeing their heights. It makes them feel a lot more real, which I appreciate. So yeah, I had a lot of fun making this. I actually started it like a year ago, and I randomly came back to it and was like, You know what? This is actually kind of fire. What's this? So that's usually what happens. Literally any of my art that I post, don't think that it's recent. That was probably drawn 2 years ago, and then I finally was like stared at it for long enough, like, okay, it's not bad. It's good enough to post. And then boom. Okay, my viewer retention is probably dropping. Goodbye. Thank you for watching.